My name's Sean Strickland. I'm Executive Director of Canada's Building Trades. We represent 600,000 members from coast to coast, 14 international unions, and 60 different construction trades. We're joined here today by representation from right across the country, and I'd like each of you, as I call your name, just to kind of give a wave. Starting at the East Coast, we have Darren King from Newfoundland and Labrador Building Trades. Darren's back there in the back. We have Brad Smith from Nova Scotia Building Trades. Brad's up here. We have Jean-Marc Ringette for New Brunswick Building Trades. Jean-Marc, awesome. Michelle Trepanier from Quebec Building Trades. Bonjour, Michelle. We have Jim Hogarth representing Ontario Building Trades. We have Tanya Paulson from Manitoba Building Trades. Dion Malikoff from Saskatchewan Building Trades. Terry Parker from Alberta Building Trades. And we have Bryn Burke from BC Building Trades. We're in Bryn's home province here today, and I'd like to ask Bryn to come up and do a land acknowledgement.
Morning, everyone. As Sean said, my name is Bryn Burke, and I'm the Executive Director for the BC Building Trades. We represent over 47,000 unionized construction workers from 20 craft construction unions across British Columbia. And it is my honor to welcome you to British Columbia and to one of the most beautiful corners of British Columbia in Kelowna. I want to acknowledge that we're gathered on the traditional, ancestral, and unceded territory of the Tukmaklau land of the Silch peoples, who have called these lands home since time immemorial. Welcome, everyone. Just a few housekeeping issues. So the best exit, if you need to leave the hotel, is just to your left, and there's a stairwell, and you can just head right down and out of the building. If you need to use the washrooms, they're just to your right. And a quick note that we will be recording this announcement and taking photos. And with that, I'll invite Sean back up.
Thank you, Bryn. Yes, a round of applause for Bryn and the BC Building Trades. Just a couple of things in terms about the unionized construction industry. I mentioned the provincial councils and 600,000 members coast to coast. We also have 197 training centers across the country. And training is in our DNA since almost the beginning of time. I like to talk about, the builders of the pyramids and the aqueducts of Rome were tradespeople, building our infrastructure, building our modern cities. Now, those folks back in Egypt and in Rome could have used a good collective agreement. But anyways, being around for a long time, the guilds of Europe. And so we have been training the tradespeople of our economies since the inception of time. And that is something that we hold near and dear in the building trades family. That is something that is part of our DNA. We have 197 training centers. We bring in thousands of apprentices every year. Thousands, tens of thousands of apprentices every year right across the country. But we have some challenges. The average age of the apprentice in Canada right now is 27 years of age. 27 years of age. So that's good that we're getting apprentices in. 25 years ago, I would hazard to suggest the average age of the apprentice was probably 19 or 20 years of age. And why? Well, our education system's changed. They really moved away from shop classes and curriculum related to training in the construction industry and other trades. And so that's happened, that's created a gap. And so young people now in high school aren't nearly as well exposed to a career in the construction trades as they would have been a generation ago. And so as much as we do to get people into our industry, we need a little bit of help. And that is what we call workforce development. How can we develop our workforce? It's a nifty term, but what it boils down to, it's simple. Getting more women, more young people, more Indigenous people, more racialized people, more people coming from disadvantaged backgrounds to look at the skilled trades and see a path to a high quality job and nudge them to take the necessary steps to become an apprentice. That's why we're here today, to build the supports that these future workers, no matter who they are or where they come from, need to find success with apprenticeship. Apprenticeship is the oldest form of career training. And with the help of our partners, we're adapting the oldest method to one of the most advanced, online training systems for construction workers in the world. Here comes another nifty term: National Technology System Pre-Apprenticeship and Apprenticeship Success. Takes up 2 full pages of my script there. That's a bit of a mouthful for any project, but I like what we call it publicly, the Build Your Skills Learning Hub. It does what it says, right on the tin. A free online learning portal that provides the training videos, the quizzes, the coaching, and all the information needed for someone to get started on their pre-apprenticeship pathway and journey, and support them through that journey and beyond. And not just for one trade, but for all 21 Red Seal construction trades. The Build Your Skills Learning Hub is critical to bringing these future apprentices, be they younger, older, going through a career transition, women, Indigenous, racialized into the trades. For Indigenous people in remote locations, or women at home with young children, the Build Your Skills Hub provides exactly the entry point that might not be available through a conventional on-site apprenticeship, try-a-trade, or institutional pathway. Truly is a modernized approach to introducing people to the trades. And it works. We've seen it grow and flourish over the past few years with tens of thousands of users across Canada, and with a success rate that gets upward of 90% of users taking that important next step to a career in the skilled trades. However, all of this would not have been possible, or shall I say, thankfully, all of this would not be possible without technology, research, and collaboration from our partners. This is a heavy lift project. Kyle Downey from Skill Plan, Noel Baldwin from Future Skills Center, the Social Research and Demonstration Corporation Canada, BC colleges, our provincial building trades councils, our contractors, our local union halls. This is a real team effort. And none of this could be possible without financial support. This kind of innovative project that delivers real results would not be possible without financial support. And that's why I'm grateful to Minister Boissonnault, Minister of Employment, Workforce Development, and Official Languages, is here today. Minister, we're grateful for your ongoing support for this and other projects that are ensuring people from all kinds of backgrounds are able to access pathways to apprenticeships. Before I formally give the podium over to Minister Boissonnault, it's important to recognize that he represents a riding in Alberta, so I can guarantee you he does not cheer for the Toronto Maple Leafs. Go Oilers. Go Oilers. Minister Boissonnault, thank you very much. A warm welcome for Minister Randy Boissonnault.
Yeah, I watched Gretzky and Messier and Curry and everybody growing up in those 5 cups in different, basements, and I wasn't even old enough to be in a bar at the time. I was a teenager, and so definitely, Sean, let's go Oilers. And we're here today in Kelowna, chers amis, here today in Kelowna, a place in this great country, Bryn, where you never have to twist my arm to come back to. So thank you to the warm welcome at the Delta Okanagan Grand Resort. Sean, Bryn, Kyle, Noel, everybody who's here to make our country and our communities better, building up our environment. Thank you. Merci du fond du cœur pour tout ce que vous faites pour bâtir le Canada du 21e siècle. C'est critique. And I like coming this way because, look, I use the time to my advantage. I get on a plane in Edmonton at 7 o'clock in the morning. I'm here at 7 o'clock in the morning. Now, it sucks a little bit when I go back and I lose the hour, but look, I love that advantage of time travel coming over the mountains. And look, Sean, you took at least 3 pages of my speech out, so I'm thankful for that. Giving us the backstory and everything that we're here to do. And you can see why we're here. We're here to talk about developing a critical workforce. And what I wanted to do was just to share with you and anybody who's listening the challenge that we have ahead of us. 700,000 people are going to retire from the skilled trades by 2028. Just in construction alone, that's going to be about 400,000 people. Okay, so we didn't wake up to this yesterday. We knew this was coming. And with all of your help, we've been getting ready for that day. And you heard what Sean said, right? We're here to make sure that those people who didn't have access to the skilled trades can have access to the skilled trades. Peu importe qui ils sont, peu importe d'où ils viennent, peu importe ce qu'ils veulent faire, we just need to know that they want to actually build up our communities. So whether it's Indigenous people, women, racialized people, newcomers, asylum seekers, we need everybody to be part of the building trades. My nephew Ethan, he's 22, and he's heating up pipe in Genesee. Sometimes he's at Ledcor, sometimes he's at Genesee, sometimes he's up in McMurray, and he loves it. And in Thanksgiving, we were together, and he said, Uncle Randy, what's that first-time home buyer thingamajig you guys have as the feds? And I told him, he says, okay, I'm signing up, because I'm 22 now and I want a house by the time I'm 30. And as a tradesperson, I know I'm going to get that. Then I hear his sister, Skylar, hey, I'm going to be in visual design and graphics communication. I'm competing with you. Let's see who has their house first. But they know that we're there, just like CBTU is there. Et donc, à tous les membres du syndicat de métiers de la construction du Canada, merci pour tout ce que vous faites pour favoriser le développement des apprentis, parce que c'est critique pour nous de vraiment travailler pour contourner le fait qu'on a une pénurie de main-d'œuvre et on a besoin des gens spécialisés d'un océan à l'autre. So CBTU, partners, everything that you are doing to build up that workforce, to make trades accessible and ensure that we have a steady pipeline of talent, tradeswomen, tradesmen at the ready to build up our communities, thank you for doing that work. And your Build the Skills Learning Hub perfectly captures why the work you're doing is so important. And let's talk about that for a minute. When you expand training online, you expand access. And there's a whole bunch of people that wanted to be in the trades, but they never had the ability to do that before. And you're putting this online. We're going to help you with it. I'll get to that number in a minute. But we can only do that if we have rural broadband. We can only do that if people can actually access the training in rural and remote BC, rural and remote Canada, rural and remote parts of our country that didn't have the ability to actually learn online. And so that's where rural economic development ties into today's announcement. That's where my department, and I've got a long title, I shorten it, I call it the Minister of Jobs. So I'm the Minister of Jobs in official languages because that's what we're talking about, getting people into their first and best job and then having an amazing career for the rest of their lives. And what I love about the Learning Hub is that it's going to grow the apprenticeship base and help with skills trades in all parts of the country that we need it. Because it's not just the big centers where things are being built. We want people to live and work and play in communities large and small, and you're going to help us get that done. Now, I don't know who said it first, but I launched onto it, that great tsunami. The boomers who are retiring, the Gen Xers who are retiring. And if you wonder why I'm spending extra time on Instagram and other profiles, more than 50% of the workforce now is Gen Z and millennials. So the way that you attracted people into the union halls in the past has got to change. And Gen Z doesn't want to necessarily go to school first. They want to look at my nephew, 22. He's going to NATE, but only because he's got a job, and NATE's going to help him get an even better job as he gets his red seal. So today, the Government of Canada is stepping up to help you do more of what you're already doing and to reach more people who want to be in the skills trades. And so today, we are announcing $5.5 million in new funding for the Build Your Skills Learning Hub project to support the important work that you're doing to grow the trades. Aujourd'hui, nous annonçons un nouveau financement de 5,5 millions de dollars pour le projet de centre d'apprentissage de Build Your Skills afin de soutenir le travail important que vous réalisez pour développer les métiers. And to underscore, you can applaud. Sure, Sean, I saw that. Yeah. What's the first day of media training? Never miss an applause line? Look, and to underscore your unwavering support to building up our country, we're going to provide that funding to you as quickly as we can so that you can adapt to this changing environment. $5 million is coming from the Canadian Apprenticeship Strategy, and it's going to help the project to continue to get more people scoped in their careers, and it's going to help expand, enhance, and develop the Learning Hub's overall success, and it's going to improve the technology, the back end that's needed to make that project hum even more, and I know others will talk about that. And you know, the $500,000 that's coming from Future Skills, and Noel will talk about that in a minute, is really to help the recruitment, training, and assessment of the Learning Hub. And that's going to speed up the process and make things better and better. So now I'm going to go through the 2 or 3 pages that Sean mentioned in his remarks. And I'm going to go to Budget 24 because, look, I'm in sales, right? That's what politics is. It's making things better, but also selling the things that we're doing so that you can actually tell the people in your union halls and on the shop floors exactly what we're doing. So, dans le budget 2024, on a 10 millions de dollars pour le programme de sensibilisation et de préparation de métiers spécialisés de la stratégie canadienne de formation en apprentissage. $10 million in the Canadian Apprenticeship Strategy's Skilled Trades Awareness Readiness Program. Money that's going to go to you to get the word out, to do exactly what you said, Sean, which is to esteem the trades earlier in life. Like, I don't see eye to eye with everything the government of Alberta does, but the first meeting I had with my counterpart, Matt Jones, we talked about esteeming the trades earlier in life. And when we are meeting as a table of federal labor market ministers, we talk about esteeming the trades earlier in life. There's $90 million in the apprenticeship strategy and the apprenticeship service under the Canadian Apprenticeship Strategy, new money in budget 2024. There's also the new UTIP, the Union Training and Innovation Program, Sustainable Job Stream that's going to open up very soon. Stay tuned. Apply, apply, apply. So stay tuned for that. It's going to help 20,000 apprentices in the skilled trades to get to their journey person status. Foreign credential recognition. There's work that we can do there together. That you can get people who have skills in other countries, know how to become part of your unions by recognizing their skills here. I'll give you two stats that also kept me awake. The 700,000 retirees by 28 keeps me up at night. The other one that keeps me up at night is, depending which province you're in, there's either 65 or 250 jobs protected by 600 guilds. So think about that. We've got some jobs that are 2.5 times protected by provincial organizations, so that people, not even people from another country, but people from around the country can't hold those jobs. Those days are over. Talent has won, and we need to figure out how we can get every person that knows how to be part of the CBTU into the CBTU. And I was very happy when they told me that you're the minister responsible for foreign credential recognition. I was like, yes! And then 2 minutes later they said, you have absolutely no power. I'm like, well, why did you tell me that first? And they said, you have two things. You have a megaphone and you have money. Use them wisely. And so $90 million went out the door last year to get 6,600 people in the healthcare trades scoped in. People already living here, working here, that are going to make our healthcare system better. And in this last budget cycle, $50 million, half of which is going to go to healthcare, but half is going to come to people who have construction backgrounds from other countries, and we're going to scope them in right into our own backyard. And I encourage you to be part of that process so that we can see foreign credential recognition happening in the union space as well. So my friends, I'm going to wrap it up there and just say thank you. Thank you for building up our communities. Thank you for being a partner with us. And look, there's work that we can still do on many files. And I want to do that work, and then we're going to sit down after and have a conversation with all the provincial territorial leads. We are here to work together to make our communities, our country, and the lives of the people you serve better. Donc, merci du fond du cœur pour tout ce que vous faites. J'ai hâte d'avoir notre conversation après. Use the money wisely. I know you will, and I can't wait to meet somebody who tells me that they were part of the Learning Hub and they are a proud tradesperson because of the work that you're doing in partnership with our government. So thank you. Merci.
Thank you very much, Minister Boissonnault. We really appreciate that support, and I like that phraseology in terms of Minister of Jobs. It's a big responsibility, and we really do appreciate your cooperation and understanding of how we work, you know, who we are, what we do, and some of the challenges we face. And the government's been there through announcements like this to help us meet some of those challenges. So thank you very much, Minister Boissonnault. Really appreciate that. I'd like now to invite Kyle Downey, the CEO of Skill Plan, to give us a little bit more of a detailed overview of the project. Kyle.
Good morning, everyone. I actually grew up just outside of Edmonton, so I'm an Oilers guy as well. But I live in Vancouver, and I'm a Vancouver Canucks guy as well. So it was a tough series, the last one. Thank you, Sean, for your support as always. And my name's Kyle Downey. I'm the CEO of Skill Plan. It's an honor to be here today and to say a few remarks and a big thank you. And firstly, I'd like to acknowledge that we're on the traditional, ancestral, and ceded land of the Tsay-Elks Okanagan people. And we're thrilled to have Minister Boissonnault, Minister of Jobs, that could join us today and let us know that the Government of Canada is continuing to invest in the programs we know are successful in delivering apprenticeship and careers in the skills trades, especially for underrepresented people. Minister Boissonnault, thank you so much for providing support on the Canadian Apprenticeship Strategy Program, and also thank you, Future Skills Centre, for your support as well. And the funding's really supporting two projects. One, as Sean mentioned, I'm not going to say that long name, nobody knows it. It's our Build Your Skills Online Learning Hub. And this Learning Hub is where we're developing a lot of online tools to help more pre-apprentices and apprentices to successfully enter and get through their training program. And then also our virtual recruitment center, funded by Future Skills Center. This is helping us pull in more diverse workers. And when you take those two projects and a lot of the other projects that we have together, we've created a construction trades hub ecosystem that's really helping a lot of underrepresented people learn about the trades, get the skills that they need to successfully enter and succeed. So when it comes to developing and implementing great programs, collaboration and partnership is the name of the game. And this jointly awarded project, like many of the other projects, is really a partnership between Canada's building trade unions, the provincial building trade councils, governments, contractors, employers, Skill Plan Social Research Demonstration Corporation, BCC, Magnet, Future Skills Center, and so many other organizations. And it's really helping create those opportunities, like I mentioned, for youth, women, newcomers, Indigenous people, Black and other racialized groups to really become aware of all the opportunities and make sure that they get the skills that they need to have success. So a big thank you to all the partners that are here today. And also a big thank you and a shout out. I got two board members here, Sean Strickland and Bryn Burke. Thank you always for your support. Bit of background on Skill Plan. We're a workforce development organization that's part of the unionized construction industry. We develop a lot of products and tools and provide services to create more opportunities for people to get in and through their apprenticeship programs and for the workers to be more productive and safe. We're based in BC, our roots are here, but we work right across Canada supporting the members. So speaking of supports and services, what are we doing with this funding? Well, we're investing, and thank you so much for the investment, expanding and enhancing our online supportive system, that construction trades hub. So as Sean mentioned, already we have that ecosystem set up, as you can see here, right across Canada. We have, as we kind of joke around with the staff, we have a lot of widgets in there, a lot of supportive tools to really help out those people that are struggling with learning about the trades, but also getting the skills that they need. So we're gonna really kind of beef up that technology a lot more based on the research that was collected from SRDC. Thank you so much. But it's really helping us fine tune things responsive to the learners that are in there. So it's going to even have a more regional perspective, but still have that national cohesive unit around there. So if someone's in Ontario and they want to move to Lotus Land, we'll say BC, they can virtually go from the Ontario Trades Hub, go through the learning tools, and then connect to the operating engineers in BC. So this system is very tight that way. We're also going to be developing more learning tools based on the gaps that we're seeing with typical people that are coming into the system. And we're going to try to create an even stronger connection for unions and job opportunities. Because as you mentioned, just related to that funnel of people coming in, we've got to figure out a way of fast tracking them. So the other thing that we're going to do is we're going to continue to support and strengthen our broad-based partnerships. It's very important. Without these partnerships, we wouldn't be able to integrate it into the system. So our goal is to really kind of test out this virtual recruitment training system to advance or enhance models of recruitment and skills training across Canada, especially for equity-seeking groups. So how does this construction hub work? Well, think of this online construction trade hub as a one-stop shop. It's an opportunity for people to kind of connect to the centralized online system for recruitment, for assessment, for training, and connection to apprenticeship opportunities and jobs, especially for people that are facing barriers to successfully enter and succeed in the trades. This unmatched online system has really transformed the training ecosystem. And it's through this robust, integrated, interactive approach to recruitment and skills training. People have access to opportunities now, even in remote regions. And it's a system that is actively being used in apprenticeship training right across Canada. And this new funding is really allowing us, as I mentioned, to further expand and enhance this construction trades hub to ensure that people have the success that they need to enter and succeed in a career in construction. So in conclusion, I want to say thank you, Minister Boissonnault, for the funding under the Canadian Apprenticeship Strategy Program, and thank you, Future Skills Center, for your funding and support as well. So what we're going to do right now, just to kind of give you a kind of a bit of an overview of this online construction trade hub, is we created a short animation that'll walk you kind of through it. It's about 2 minutes long. We're going to go through this animation, and then after that, we're going to call Noel to come up and to say a few words. So thank you so much for your support, and thank you, everyone.
Thinking about a career in construction but don't know where to start? Welcome to your regional construction trades hub, your one-stop shop for learning about, preparing for, and succeeding in a career in the skilled construction trades. Whether you're new to the trades, already working, or an instructor, you'll find a full suite of resources right at your fingertips. Begin by exploring the many career options in your area. read about different building trades, watch videos of the trades in action, and learn about entrance requirements and more. No matter your interest, there's a trade for you. If you're looking to start your career, you'll want to check out the Build Your Skills Learning Center. Access it by first creating an account and logging in. Then, navigate into the Learning Center. This is where you can take practice tests to assess your skill levels and see whether you're ready to enter an apprenticeship. If you need to upgrade, access the many interactive courses that can help you build skills in math, science, reading, and more. Check out other resources too. There are trade-specific prep guides with step-by-step instructions, mock questions, and answer keys, thousands of instructional videos, and much more. If you're already in an apprenticeship, the Learning Center has tutoring videos and tips from trades professionals that can enhance and help you through your training. Plus, you'll find resources that can help you prepare for your Red Seal or trade certification exam. Your Construction Trades Hub is your entry point and your support through the world of skilled construction trades in Canada. It's your tool to explore the trades, build your skills, and have a successful career in construction. Get started today.
Thanks, Kyle, and thanks very much to the people who did the animation there. I wanted to watch more. That's really good. So if there's one theme that we've heard this morning, and that is about partnership, a partnership with the provincial building trades, a partnership with the federal government, partnership with our research councils, and partnership with everyone in our ecosystem who is involved in workforce development and including skill plans. So thank you very much for your leadership, Kyle. And also a key partner is the Future Skills Center, and I'm pleased to welcome to the podium the Interim Executive Director, Noel Baldwin. Noel?
Thanks, Sean. Thanks very much. As Sean mentioned, my name is Noel Baldwin. I'm the Interim Executive Director at the Future Skills Center. Et je suis ravi aujourd'hui d'être parmi vous, des si grands leaders dans le secteur de construction. Merci beaucoup. We're delighted to be collaborating with Canada's building trade unions, Skill Plan, provincial building trade unions, and project partners, including our friends at Magnet, who are also based with us at Toronto Metropolitan University. It's been wonderful over the last few years to see the construction industry embracing this transformative approach to recruitment and upskilling and job connection. For the last 5 years, the Future Skills Center has been in communities across the country working with employers and labor groups, educational institutions, governments, community-based organizations to try to test solutions to some of the biggest challenges that we face and create the rigorous evidence that is needed to support policymakers and sector leaders. We've invested in partnerships to try to do things a little bit differently. And in 2019, we partnered with Skill Plan, CBTU, and their provincial partners to start the development and testing of this first of its kind, demand-driven national digital recruitment and training system to tackle labor and skill shortages in the construction industry. We're thrilled that today 20,000 skilled tradespeople are being served by the system, and hundreds of instructors and training organizations across the country are using it for recruitment and training. Your workforce development approach is crucial for economic growth and prosperity of working Canadians, especially equity-deserving groups. Providing tools, training, and supports ensures everyone can seize opportunities from innovation and new technologies. Minister, as you said, this shares the wealth with lots of people. You know better than anyone that nearly every major challenge that Canada is facing needs more qualified, highly skilled tradespeople. From turbocharging our housing construction to renewing vital infrastructure in sectors like healthcare to meeting net zero goals. They all depend on the construction industry and need a bigger pipeline of skilled tradespeople. Working in partnership with organizations like CBTU and Skill Plan, we can start to make some of the broader changes to the systems that support or in some cases constrain these efforts, and we've heard some about that today. I want to touch on one thing that came up in conversation both with Kyle and Sean this morning, and that's the real importance of connecting into the communities where these effects are being felt and making sure that there's capacity on the ground as digital technologies are creating new pipelines to make sure that people are able to be welcomed, that they're able to connect with people in their hometowns, in their communities, with employers and others. I'm going to keep it brief. As the last speaker, almost the rest of my remarks have been touched on, but I do want to just say, in sum up, Future Skills Centre wouldn't be here. We wouldn't be in the position to support and engage with this work without the firm support of Employment and Social Development Canada. I want to thank Minister Boissonnault for his continued collaboration. And to all the partners who are here today, thanks for your hard work and partnership. It's really exciting to be able to embark on this next chapter. Thank you.